Welcome to Samuels.here channel. Kevin Samuels was truly a truth seeker, and after many years of educating both men and women of all races, but particularly those of African descent, in the art of navigating the ever-complex dating world, he was sadly ripped from our lives as he was called back home to the Almighty in 2022. Some of us, myself included, instinctively recognized the truth of his message. Many found his message rather unpalatable. I am hoping with this channel to make his message that little bit more digestible in a more feminine and softer manner. I hope this helps my sisters in the black community who saw him as an enemy. Being black myself, I hope I can bridge that gap. And oh, by the way, my father was also called Samuel, so in a twist of fate, I pay tribute with this channel to my father, who is also where Kevin has gone. I love how the Icelandic have a way of acknowledging someone's daughter in the same way as someone's son. So I appropriate the Icelandic way to find a suitable name for my channel, Samuels.here, Samuel's daughter. Enjoy the video.
Best feeling in the world?
Yeah, literally the best.
When Watkins scored, how did you react?
I can't actually remember. There was so much beer in my face, but it was amazing, and bring on the final.
What's your message to the England manager? Look in the camera.
Keep it up. Block out the haters. You're doing a good job. Keep up the hope, and we'll get there.
Is it coming home?
Absolutely.
Can we learn something from this adorable young lady? As you all probably know, excitement in Europe is right now at fever pitch. No pun intended. As we stand at the verge of the Euro 2024 soccer tournament final. Football to us Europeans. And England is in the final again. Can England progress from the status of ever the bridesmaid to being the bride? Hey, this analogy is quite cool given the subject matter of this channel. This young lady has become our new national heroine. Anybody seeing or hearing the story will instinctively understand why. But I ask this pertinent question. Can we learn something from her? Why are men all over the world proposing to her? I am intrigued. Notice that these men are not offering her lewd suggestions. No one is offering her mere sex. They want to marry her. So she's achieving the ultimate goal of womanhood. Marriage. So why is she winning? Why are many other women lamenting the opposite problem? No men who are interested in them. The best way to solve the problem is to identify the winners in this field. Hey, again, sorry for this pun. Hey, don't judge me. I am British and we are getting close to a football trophy. How can other women become her? The girl that men all over the world want to marry. Now, this is no joke. What this woman has achieved is phenomenal. England is playing Spain tomorrow in Germany, in Berlin, of course. But did you know that even Spanish men are jumping on the bandwagon for this woman? Spanish men are saying, forget the bro before hoe thing. We are supporting England because of this girl. Then there has to be something special about this girl to induce such disloyalty among enemy men. What is it? We have to sit up, ladies, and study whatever she's doing right. The first thing to say here is she represents exactly what Kevin Samuels has been saying for years to us women. When you are serious about seeking a man, be young, fit, agreeable, friendly, and feminine. Do we agree that this woman is all of the above? The jealous amongst us will say, oh, well, she's attractive and thin. Of course, men of all ages will find her attractive. But this would be an incomplete assessment of her appeal. Yes, it is true that she's attractive, but she's not necessarily a 9 or a 10. Look at her attitude. She exudes joy. She's friendly. She's sweet. She's highly loyal to England, her country. She's offering her support to the beleaguered England manager, who often gets bad press for not finishing the job and bringing the football trophy home back to England. You feel it, don't you? That if she were your wife, she would have your back. She would be a team player. She would stay loyal to you. Isn't that a nice feeling to have? Indeed, I instinctively know that the lucky man who does get her will feel like a winner, and so he will be. Her lovely smile is also quite infectious. It lights up her whole face. Nice white teeth, too. I really like her voice as well. She says she's loud in the interview, which is the written interview. You see that in the article. But actually, given the excitement of the occasion, she's quite measured in her vocal volume. Yes, she has a nice British accent too, which helps. She's also well dressed. The midriff thing, I think, is age appropriate. She has that girl next door look about her, which gives the impression of wholesomeness. Her appeal is quite universal, isn't it? If she weren't so obviously British, you could easily mistake her for the all-American girl, right? Now, I am not just a fan of this girl because I am British myself. Far from it. I look at the subject of my videos quite objectively and present you with the hard data about them in an educational exercise which I hope you will find useful or at the very least entertaining. Another issue that I wanted to bring up is something else Kevin Samuels always banged on about, but which at least for the last few generations we hitherto could not really change. But it is something we can change for the next generations going forward. And that is the family structure. Does it surprise you to hear that she is in Germany to watch the football with both her parents and older brothers? Now, let's start with the older brothers thing. She is what one would call a lad's girl. It is so obvious that she is very comfortable in the company of men. No wonder, if you are the youngest child in a sea of boys, of course you would be. This puts her already ahead of the curve. She knows men, and that helps. When one is trying to meet men, when one is trying to net a man for life. Again, I apologize for the pun, the football reference there. And now let's look at the parents. This girl is a winner. You know why? Largely because her parents have made her one. Her confidence, her joie de vivre, her uncomplicated attitude to life. All of these stem from the lack of family trauma that divorce and parental separation causes. I know. If you are a product of a broken home, of course it's not your fault. And it doesn't condemn you to a life of stress and problems, not at all. It just means you have to be focused on learning to undo the psychological damage that you have undergone, sometimes without your knowledge. Sometimes it is very, very subconscious. The only way you know you are not winning is because you don't succeed. And sometimes it's all down to some psychological trauma that you don't even know you have. Of course, you would have to do more work than this girl has to do to get to the winning post of marriage. But get there you will. Develop a happy and grateful attitude to life. See men as your friends and not your enemies. Just because a Pookie or a Ray Ray left your mum in the lurch when she was pregnant with you doesn't mean that the young men of 2024 are all bastards. Don't inherit generational animosity. Reject it. Make your own experience in life with fresh eyes, with fresh ears, and a fresh heart. Because you are not your ancestors. Kevin Samuels always said, ladies, get on a man's team. Get on a man's program. He will then want to keep you. I have your first assessment ready. Whatever your country, get behind the England team. Support them, even if you're Spanish. Just for me and Jolie Sharp, the young lady we're talking about. This girl embodies Kevin Samuel's message. It's not complicated, because men are not complicated. If you are what they like, they will come get you. If you are not, they won't. It's that simple. Notice that Jolie Sharp is not a baby mama with a bad attitude. Kevin Samuels rests his case. May he also rest in peace. Enjoy the football, enjoy the glorious weekend, and I wish you peace, grace, and harmony.